Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Jacksboro to Kilgore, Eastland to Dalhart, Lampasas to Gilmer, Temple, Big Spring to Sweetwater, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Joining me now, the emotional force of the Lady Sky Rockets of Wellington, who made it all the way to the state championship tournament for the first time in school history. And joining me now, the incomparable Briley, who's running for mayor, Waters, who is our Class 2A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Well, Briley, a big congratulations to you. What did you think when you heard that you were the best in Texas?
It was a little bit overwhelming, but I kind of got excited about it because it's a big deal.
What a run your team has had. I mean, it's always fun when you're the first team that ever did it and made it to the state tournament. Talk about what separated your team from everybody else.
I don't know. I think we played really good this year as a team. We play really well together, and I think even if somebody messes up, we pick each other up really quick, and it gives us a lot of momentum and to keep going. And we carry a lot of energy on our bench too, and our bench helps us out and keeps a high energy in the game. And I think that really helps us keep the game rolling and keep us going in the game.
Was there a point in the season where you realized that you had something special with these girls?
Yeah, I think it was about right before we started district, right after the Brownwood tournament. I kind of realized we might have a shot at this thing, and it's kind of always been in the back of my mind, but it's never been done in Wellington, so I didn't keep my hopes up for it. But then after Brownwood, when we won the tournament there and we beat all the big schools, I kind of thought maybe we had an opportunity and we needed to take advantage of it.
How fun was this for you to do this with your good friend and your cousin, Presley Kane, and be able to enjoy history together like this?
Oh, it's been fun. We've been playing together forever, and it's really fun with her in the games. It's really fun in practices. We kind of push each other to be better, and we kind of get on each other's nerves, but in the end we're good friends, and we play really well together, I think.
How do you push each other out there on the court? Because the two of you are so emotional and you really get after it.
Oh, well, she reminds me during the games, keep my head up, even if I miss shots or I throw the ball away. She's always in my head telling me, keep my head up, keep going, keep shooting. And I think I'm just the same with her, probably not as much, but I'm always telling her if she misses a shot, hey, that's a good shot, keep another, shoot it again, you got it. And she's really good on defense. So every time when we're running back on offense, I'll always give her a pat on the butt and tell her, good defense, good stop, whatever. And I think we just keep each other's heads up quite a bit.
Well, your coach, Cade Brown, nominated you for this tremendous honor. He said incredible things about you, but told me not to tell you. I'm kidding about that. Talk about Coach Brown and what he's meant to you and how he's made you the player that you are today.
Oh, he's a great guy. He's a great coach. He is very motivated. He motivates us really well during practice, and he knows what motivates us, and he knows that we wanted to be a team that was remembered, and we wanted to be the senior class that did something special. So he kept that pressed into us, and he pushes us during practice, and he pushed me, and he told me at the beginning of the year, if you want to be a player that's all region, all state, these are the things you need to do. And he pushed us to get in the gym, and right there, right before a couple of weeks before playoffs, he gave us a puzzle, and the puzzle is the state tournament gym. And every week we had shooting to do, and we built the puzzle pieces to be able to get to the state tournament. So he motivates us really well.
Who knew you like puzzles, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're a player that really, wears your emotions on your sleeve. And I feel like when you get those and ones, you really get your teammates going in those games, and it's just a dagger to the heart of the competition. Where does all that crazy emotion come from during the games?
I don't know. I've always been kind of like that on the court, just kind of, some people say it's a good thing, some people say it's not. Like some people say it's not a good thing because I can't hide my emotions very well. It shows straight on my face. But other people say it's a really good thing because it motivates my team. Like when, I hit a three or somebody hits a big three, I'm always jumping up and down. I'm always, giving people high fives always. So I think it motivates us, and I think it helps the crowd get into it. And I've always enjoyed playing in really loud gyms. So I think when the team gets into it on the court, it kind of helps the crowd get in a little bit louder and just helps us keep going.
It's so much fun to watch you because you really are the total package out there. You'll get that and one, you'll go inside, you'll be physical with anybody, but then you'll pop outside and you'll hit a beautiful three. What do you take the most pride in your game?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I really like shooting the threes. I think, but then again, you get them inside and you start, bullying people inside. It starts, taking them down a little bit. So I really like driving inside and just pounding it in them.
I know your siblings show up at the games and they got those big signs, Briley the Beast. What gets you into beast mode and how much do you enjoy that?
Oh, I don't know. I was a little bit embarrassed at first, but I think it's kind of funny now. When my mom sent me a picture of that and told me they were going to be holding that up, I kind of got embarrassed. But then when I saw them doing, I kind of started laughing. I thought it was funny.
Well, you've been absolutely dominating in basketball ever since you were 4 years old and you started. What was it about the game that you fell in love with?
Oh, I don't know. I think the whole thing is just it's super fun. I really enjoy playing it, and I really like playing with, especially my senior class this year. We've been playing together since we were, 7 years old. So I think I really fell in love with the fact that we were just all together and we were all playing, we were all encouraging each other, and just when we started winning games, it just got fun.
Were you going to continue your basketball prowess on the college level at Howard Payne in Brownwood? What was it about that school that enticed you?
Oh, the coaches. The coaches are really, really nice, and uh, they kept in touch with me after my visit and after they first talked to me, and they just kept congratulating me on all the playoff wins and congratulating me on all, everything. So the coaches are definitely a big factor into it.
Well, you also are a dynamo and a ringer out there on the golf course. You've made it to regionals. You throw the shot put as well. It's almost time to turn the page now and get into the golf season as the weather gets better. What is it about golf that you like?
I don't know. My family used to go golfing like once a year, so I grew up golfing. And then, when I have nothing else to do during this time of year, so might as well.
You got a great finish. I've seen pictures of your swing. How far do you hit your drives?
Oh, I think I hit a drive like 295 one time.
Woo! So is it drive for show and putt for dough with you when you get out on the golf course?
Yeah, definitely. The drive is definitely the best part of it.
Well, you come from a very athletic family. I know your siblings are trying to follow in your footsteps. Your dad, went to a small school. He played six-man football and I guess three-man basketball because it was so small. How old were you when you were able to beat your dad on the basketball court?
Oh, it was probably pretty late, probably like junior year, sophomore year. It took me a little bit.
But now you beat him with regularity, right? I mean, you probably can't even get him to
Oh yeah.
play you anymore.
Oh yeah, he quit playing me a long time ago. Like a year ago or so, he quit coming out there.
How about your mom? She's been driving you around to all these competitions all over the place. How about the sacrifices she's made to support your athletic career?
Oh, I'm super grateful to my family, but especially to my mom. She drove me to practices, when they were late and when we would get home late. She drove me to practices when they were early and we would get home late. And she drove me around all over the place the last couple years just trying to play basketball and doing whatever. And I'm super grateful for her sacrifice because I know, she's got other things to do, but she puts them aside and she puts me first.
Well, I know your family is deep rooted into ranching. You've spent a lot of time on top of a horse and on top of a tractor. Tell me what your whole family life is like with all that stuff.
Oh, well, we work a lot. My dad's always told me, hard work will pay off at some point. So we work a lot, like, I mean, we're getting into that kind of season where it's time to, get on a horse and go work cattle, and we're even getting close to getting on a tractor again. So it's always been, kind of, I'm always doing something. So if I'm not on the basketball court, I'm probably helping my dad. So, it's a lot, but it's sometimes it's fun.
Does it translate to basketball, just your work ethic of it all?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was younger, uh, he, even when I wasn't seriously into basketball, I was always working, and so that work ethic kind of got, translated into basketball. If you want to be good at riding a horse, you better work. If you want to be good at playing basketball, you better work.
Well, I know you've been involved in livestock shows. You've been down to San Antonio at the Fort Worth Stock Show. You show steers. Tell me about that process and what you do to become great at that.
Oh, it's a long process. It's year-round work. The days you spend with them are, can get up to 2 or 3 hours a day with them. So it's a lot, but those big shows are fun, and it's really fun when you place in them.
So, have you named your steers, and what is the favorite steer that you've had over the years?
Oh, yeah, we always name them. My favorite steer I had was probably in 2019. His name was Big Mac. Uh, and he was not big. He was a lightweight. He was super small, but I called him Big Mac.
How did Big Mac do in all those big shows?
He placed seventh in the Fort Worth Stock Show, which is, it's not great, but it made the sale. But he was probably my favorite because he was just a puppy dog. He would, lay with you. He would, walk around with you. He would do whatever.
Now, I hear you have some superstitions, and they come to fruition on the basketball court. And one of them is you have to have your necklace with the number 15 on it. I heard there was a little panic mode going on leading into regionals. Take me through what happened there in the controversy.
Yeah, so I have a necklace that I got when I was in seventh grade when I first started playing basketball. It's a number 15 and it has a cross with it. And I think it was right before the Panhandle game. I was working and it fell off, and I didn't realize it until that night. And when I realized it, I just went full on panic mode. We were playing Panhandle the next in 2 days, and I was freaking out. And I went and looked for it, like it was like 12 o'clock at night, and I was outside looking for it. I could not find it at all. And then I finally found it, and of course, my mom made fun of me for it. But I was full on panic mode there for a couple days.
Where did you find it?
It was actually wrapped up in my hoodie.
Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Well, you seem so focused when you're out there on the basketball court. Do you turn into kind of a different person when you're out there?
Uh, yeah, which, during class and at school, I'm kind of fun and I like to laugh or whatever. But, an hour or two before the game, I kind of just get quiet and I stop talking to people. Um, and I think, some people, talk to people before the games and kind of get themselves pumped up. And I'm just quiet. I don't talk to anybody. I don't do anything. I just am quiet.
Well, Wellington has always been known as a great high school football town, and now it's turning into a basketball town thanks to this amazing run by you and the girls and the Lady Sky Rockets. Are you sensing that a little bit because it has been such a football town for so long?
Yeah, so the last couple years, we've always been pretty good at football. So everybody really looks forward to football. And then when basketball comes around, they come, but they're not really, looking forward to anything. But the last couple years when we made the regional tournament, I think they've kind of started to notice, girls basketball is a big deal. And then I think this year, just the support I felt from the community and families around, not even living in Wellington, but just families around. I think they've kind of noticed, girls basketball we're pretty good. So, I think it's coming into a big deal.
It's such a great tight knit community. I know they support everything that you girls do. How would you describe that town to somebody that's never been there before?
Oh, it's a family. Everybody there has everybody's back. It's not a very big town, but everybody will stick up for everybody. Um, everybody, I mean, when we were at the state game, here's a good example. We had a bunch of fans at the game, but the people that couldn't come went to the library and watched the game, or they went to the community center and watched the game. So I think everybody is rooting for our team. Everybody, has a lot of competitiveness. So they kind of, are into the games just as much as we are.
I know you're a great student and you're so well liked at that school. When you come back 20 years from now at the class reunion, what do you think your legacy will be when your classmates look at you and say, "Oh my God, there's Briley"?
I think they're going to always remember this basketball run we had. I think for all the girls, it's always going to be, they were the ones to break the wall of the regional tournament.
It really is amazing. And I know that when you look at this, it's hard to believe that your high school career now is over. What are you going to remember the most about this run?
Probably the playoff games. I think I'll always remember us beating Panhandle. Since I've been in high school, I think we beat Panhandle one other time. So it was a big deal. That was a big game for us. And I think I'm always going to remember that one. And I'm always going to remember the state game, our semifinalist game. Even though we didn't win, I mean, it was just a great opportunity to have. And it was a fun environment to play in.
Well, with the run that you put together with the girls, I think you're a lock to be the mayor of that town. Congratulations on being our Class 2A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Your Greater Texas Ford Dealers is so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford Dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.